Good afternoon, everyone. This is the report of Group 1, and our topic is Earth's ecosystem. Earth ecosystem. An ecosystem is a geographic area kung saan yung plants, animals, and other organisms, as well as weather and landscapes, work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystem contains abiotic or yung mga tinatawag na living organism or living parts such as plants, animals, and other living things, as well as abiotic factors including minerals, climate, soil, water, sunlight, and other non-living elements or parts. Linking these two constituents together are the two major forces. One is the flow of energy through ecosystem. It means that energy flow is the flow of energy through living things within an ecosystem. It means that all organisms can be organized into producers and consumers, and those producers and consumers can be further be organized into a food chain. And the second is the cycling of nutrients within the ecosystem. It is a system where energy and matter are transferred between living organisms and non-living parts ng isang environment. These occur as animals and plants na kinukonsume yung nutrients na nakukuha nila sa lupa. And these nutrients are released back into the environment through death and decomposition. The size of an ecosystem varies. Some are enough to be contained within a single droplet of water, while others are large enough to encompass entire landscapes and regions. The term eco or yung word na eco sa ecosystem, it refers to a part of the world, and yung system means coordinating units. The living organism of habitat and their surrounding environment function together as a single unit, and it called as an ecosystem. Yung ecosystem daw is a naturally occurring assemblage of life and its surrounding or yung environment. The life is referred to the biotic community, kasama dun yung plants, animals, and other living organisms. This is known as bioconosis, where the environment where the biotope encompassing the physical region of life. Yung biotope is a synthetic Greek word combining bios, meaning life, and topos, meaning place. It says that the ecosystem is an open system kasi it receives energy from outside source, which is yung sun, and as output fixes and utilities the energy and ultimately dissipates the heat into space as an output. Functions naman ng ecosystem. Functions of an ecosystem, it says that a system is an organization that functions into a particular method, and there are 6 functions ng ecosystem. Yung one is the flow of energy to the medium of living organism and their activities. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, it is an energy flow through living things within an ecosystem that where the organisms pwede siyang maging producers and consumers. Food chains. Alam naman natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng food chains. It shows how organisms are related to each other by the food they eat. Biodiversity and biomass. Biomass is a measure of mass of every living organism in a given area, while biodiversity is a measure of the variety of life in a given area. Number 4 is the circulation and transformation of elements and nutrients. It is a nutrient cycling na tumutukoy sa pag-transfer or yung chemical transformation and recycling of nutrients in ecosystem. And yung 5 and 6 is development and evolution and control in ecosystems.
Good day everyone, this is Joshua Embangayan and this is 4 types of ecosystem. So, sa 4 types of ecosystem, meron tayong artificial, terrestrial, lentic, and lotic. So, yung ecosystem is a part of biome and yung biome, ito yung major habitat ng bawat biotic factor and abiotic factor. So, yung biotic factor, ito yung living things sa isang ecosystem tulad ng plants, bacteria, at animals. So, yung abiotic naman is a non-living components which includes water, soil, and atmosphere. Una ay yung terrestrial ecosystem. So, dinidescribe nito yung mga living organisms na nakatira sa lupa. Meron tayong 5 parte nito. Una yung forest, deserts, grasslands, tundras, and coastal regions. Lahat ng mga nabanggit ko ay may iba-ibang biomes climate. Merong mainit at merong malamig. So, yung forest, dito tayo kumukuha ng mga raw materials at kumukuha ng mga pagkain. So, meron 2 uri nito. Una yung Atlantic forest at pangalawa naman ay Mediterranean forest. So, sa Atlantic forest, ito yung malamig na forest. Dito nakatira yung mga fox, wolves, polar bear. Yung Mediterranean forest naman, o mas tinatawag nating rainforest, dito nakatira yung mga wild trees, lions, tigers, snakes, at marami pang iba. Next is deserts. Sa kanilang 5, ito yung pinakamainit sa lahat. Binubuto ng mga buhangin. Meron din ditong plants, kaso kakunti lang, tulad ng cactus. Nakatira dito yung mga camels, scorpions, snakes, at marami pang iba. Dito sa deserts, bihira lang yung tubig, no? Siguro nga wala pa nga atang tubig dito eh. So next natin is grassland ecosystem. Itong grassland o yung mas tinatawag nating bukid, no? Ito ay binubuo ng mga puro damo. At literal na dito talaga nakatira yung mga tao. So itong grassland ay walang masyadong puno. So yung mga living things na nakatira dito ay yung cows, carabaos, human, at kambing, rabbit. So yun po. So next natin is tundras. Sa tundras, di kagaya ng Atlantic forest. Sa tundras ay walang puno. So itong tundras ay matatagpuan sa cold regions like Antarctica. Ang mga kalimitang nabubuhay dito ay polar bears, fox, wolves, at minsan may penguin pa. Next natin is coastal regions. Sa coastal regions ay ito yung oceans and land, or sa madaling salita, beach. So sa beach, ang mga nabubuhay doon ay starfish, crabs, and turtles. Next naman natin is aquatic ecosystem na binubuo ng lentic tsaka lotic. Bagamat yung terrestrial at aquatic ay mga nakikita sa lupa, magkaiba naman sila ng definition. Yung aquatic puro tubig, yung terrestrial naman ay puro puno. So lentic ecosystem, from the Latin word lentus, na ang ibig sabihin ay motionless or unmoving. It includes all standing or stagnant water bodies tulad ng lakes, wetlands, tsaka ng ponds. So yung water current na to is absent, o sa madaling salita, hindi umaagos yung kanyang tubig. At saka yung thermal stratification na to is present. Ang ibig sabihin ng thermal stratification, Ito yung temperature ng bawat layers ng tubig. At lastly, yung environment na to ay stable lang. Hindi talaga siya gumagalaw.
These are the picture of lotic and lentic ecosystem.
Next is the lotic ecosystem. Katulad lang din ito ng lentic ecosystem. It is also a part of the aquatic class. A lotic ecosystem can be any kind of moving water, such as creek, brook, river, spring, channel, or stream. Ito ay moving bodies of water to another bodies of water hanggang sa ocean. This lotic system do not thrive of photosynthesis and can include bodies of fresh and salted water. Tulad ng estuary, ang fresh at tubig alat ay nagmimix. Next is the artificial. Artificial is a man-made system include areas as large like beach and forest. Although artificial ecosystem could be included with terrestrial, lentic, and lotic, some feels that it is important in environmentalism to examine man-made system. Sometimes, they use it to replenish the environment. At minsan naman, nakakatulong din ito sa pag-aaral ng mga environmentalists. Ang best example nito is dam, park, gardens, even zoos, etc. that made by human.
Good day, I am Jasmine Jane Quaro, and my report is the important organism in the ecosystem. So the first important organism in the ecosystems is herbivores. Herbivores, ito po yung mga kadalasang kumakain ng mga halaman tulad ng mga tiny insects such as aphids to large and lumbering elephants. Then also, yung herbivores is a major part of the food web. Producer. Producer is the baseline part of the food chain. Producer includes plants, bacteria, algae, and phytoplankton. Then, organisms na kumakain ng producer are called consumer, and the organisms na nagko-consume ng dead organisms are called decomposer, and they all participate in the complex web of an ecosystem. Next is carnivores. From the word carne, it is the organism that mostly eats meat or flesh of animals. Then, sometimes, yung carnivores, tinatawag din silang predators. Then, yung organisms na hinahunt ng isang carnivores, ang tawag naman sa kanila ay prey. And also, yung carnivores, the major part of the food web. Next is Protozoa. Ito naman is a single-celled organism. They comes from many different shapes and size. Sila yung mga naninirahan sa mga moist habitat tulad ng freshwater, marine environments, and the soil. And last is biotic components. Biotic components, dito po naninirahan yung mga living organisms tulad ng mga animals, plants, bacteria, fungi, at iba pa.
Producers. Producers has the ability of producing foods by the process of photosynthesis by turning the energy from the sun into a chemical energy. Plants is the most common producers in the ecosystem, but algae and some types of bacteria are also producers who can produce their own foods. The sun is the main source of energy within the ecosystem, and these producers has the capability to make their own food using this energy that makes them essential to all other life. Without producers, we cannot turn those energy from sun to act as our food. Next is the consumers. What is consumers? Consumers are the one who needed to consume or eat in order to gain energy as they do not have capability to produce their own food. And we have three classification for the consumers. These are the herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. Herbivore are the primary consumers who solely consume energy from the producers. In short, those are the species who eat plants or consume plants for them to gain energy. Next is the secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are those carnivores who eats flesh to gain energy, and omnivores who has capability to gain energy by consuming from plants and flesh. These are the species that consume energy from plants and also from the primary consumers. And that's all for my report. Thank you.
So good afternoon everyone. Continuation lang ng report. So what is tertiary consumers? Tertiary consumers are the predators of predators. They are mostly larger animals. Tertiary consumers are animals that consume other animals to obtain nutrients or nutrition from them. Most importantly, they are at the highest level of the food chain. Tertiary consumer consumed either primary and secondary consumers. Usually, tertiary consumers are carnivorous predators, although they may also be omnivores, which are animals that feed on both meat and plant materials. So, yung tertiary consumers, they are the predators. So, pag sinabi natin predators, ito yung mga animals na kailangan pa nilang pumatay or mag-hunt ng ibang animals para mag-serve as their food. So, ang tawag naman doon sa mga hinahunt nila is yung prey. But at this level of consumer, which is yung tertiary consumer nga, hinahunt nila is mga predators din. Because yung secondary consumers, especially kapag yun yung target nila, ay mga predators din yun. Tertiary consumers tulad ng lions, cats, sharks, and bears are most likely carnivores. Pero there are also tertiary consumers na omnivores. Pagaya natin, tayong mga humans. Pero yung humans naman, nakadepende naman sa kinakain nila or sa ini-intake nilang food kung anong level sila ng consumers. Tapos, out of all consumers, yung tertiary consumers, yung may pinaka-least na nutrients na nakukuha. Kasi di ba galing sa producers yung nutrients. So kung sino yung pinakaunang makapag-consume ng producer, sa kanya mapupunta yung pinaka mataas na level ng or yung amount ng nutrients. So yung primary na sila yung laging nauuna dun sa producer, sila yung nakakakuha ng pinakamataas na amount ng nutrients. So kapag yung levels of consumers ay nagbabago or tumataas, nagbabago rin yung amount ng energy na nakukuha ng mga yun. Kasi meron tayo tinatawag na energy pyramid or trophic levels or yung ecological pyramid, which is nasa pinakatuktok ng tertiary consumers. Meaning, pinakamaliit siya. So, pinakamaliit din na energy yung nakukuha niya. From 100% of energy mula sa producer, 10% na lang yung napupunta sa tertiary consumers. And also dahil nga tertiary consumers, yung nasa top ng pyramid, merong tinatawag na quaternary consumer or yung pang-apat na type na consumer. Pero mas ina-acknowledge yung tertiary consumers as final consumers in the ecosystem. So, doon nga sa sinasabi ko na nasa pinakataas yung tertiary consumer, meaning wala nang maghahunt sa kanya or gagawin siyang pagkain hanggang nabubuhay siya unless mamatay siya. So, kapag namatay na yung tertiary consumers, yung mga animals na yun, ay dun lang sila i-consume ng mga decomposers. So, dito papasok na yung decomposers. So, what is decomposers nga ba? Decomposers are also called as micro-consumers. They depend on dead organic matter for their food. They are chiefly microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. They break the complex organic matter found in plant and animal bodies and release simple substances. These substances will be used by autotrophs once again. So, yung decomposers, tinatawag ding micro-consumers or reducers or saprotrophs. So, ito yung mga organisms na nagko-consume ng mga naging living matters na namatay na sa ecosystem. So, ginagawa nila, kumbaga, dinudurog nila yung dead organism na yon into substance. Tapos, yung substance na yon, so, pupunta siya sa soil. Tapos yung soil ngayon magiging nutrition siya para sa autotrophs or dun sa plants para maging producer naman. Hindi lang din sa soil nagkakaroon ng nutrients kapag yung decomposers. Pwede din sa air, pwede rin sa water, especially kapag sa mga marine animals. Decomposers din yung responsible for waste or yung dumi ng mga animals. Isa rin yun sa mga tinatransform nila into substance or into nutrients. Example ng decomposers, yung bacteria, fungi, millipedes, slugs, earthworm, and scavengers. Napakalaki ng abag ng decomposers sa ecosystem kasi they're one of the factors din kung bakit continuous yung flow nito at saka kung bakit always available yung mga nutrients sa environment. That will be all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Zaira Condo Domingo and now I will discuss how the ecosystem is affected by humans and the benefit of ecosystem in humans. So, how do humans destroy the ecosystem? Humans impact the physical environment in many ways. Overpopulation, pollution, burning fossil fuels, and deforestation. Changes like this have triggered climate change, soil erosion, poor air quality, and undrinkable water. So, meron tayong tinatawag na land population, air population, and water population. So, sa land population, galing ito nakukuha natin ito sa mga sasakyan at pagdami ng population sa bansa. So, second is air population. Nakukuha ito sa mga factory o pabrika. The third one is water population. Ito naman yung pagtapon ng mga basura sa karagatan na nagsasanhi ng pagbaha. Pangalawa is paggamit ng dinamita sa dagat na nagkakos naman ng pagkasira ng coral reef, mga tirahan ng isda, and pangatlo is pagtapon ng langis sa karagatan na nagkakos naman ng pagkamatay ng mga isda. Some examples include mining of natural resources like coal, the hunting and fishing of animals for food, and the clearing of forest for urbanization and wood use. The extensive overuse and renewable resources like fossil fuels can cause great harm to the environment. And now, let's proceed to the benefit of human in ecosystem. So, ecosystem underpin all human life and activities. The goods and services they provide are vital to sustaining well-being and to future economic and social development. The benefit ecosystems provide include water, food, air purification, soil formation, and pollination. So, what is the importance of ecosystem or importance of ecosystem to us? Ecosystem provides habitat to wild plants and animals. It promotes various food chains and food webs. It controls essential ecological processes and promotes lives involved in the recycling of nutrients between biotic and abiotic components. What is the importance of ecosystem in our daily life? Healthy terrestrial ecosystems are vital for human welfare and survival. as they provide us with essential products and benefits. Over 90% of our food comes from terrestrial ecosystems, which also provide energy, building materials, clothes, medicine, fresh and clean water, and clean air. What is the most important thing for ecosystem? The heat and light from the sun are critical parts of an ecosystem. The sun's heat helps water evaporate and return to the atmosphere when it is cycled back into water. The heat also keeps plants and animals warm. So, why it is important to protect the ecosystem? Healthy ecosystem clean our water, purify our air, maintain our soil, regulate the climate, recycle nutrients, and provide us with food. Even if certain species are affected by pollution, climate change, or human activities, the ecosystem as a whole may adapt and survive. That's all. Thank you. Again, my name is Zara Candomingo from Group 1.
For the last part of our topic, let me discuss to you the 3 reasons why ecosystem services are important to you. Ecosystem services are the benefits nature provides to human well-being. The term is frequently thrown around in academic circles, but why should you care about them? As a human, we depend on nature for our survival. Without healthy ecosystem, our drinking water isn't clear, nor is the air we breathe. First, the boundless benefits. Understanding nature in economic terms, while not perfect, allow us to put everything into the same comparison unit. The foundation for sustainability development. The ecosystem services help measure the cost of industrial development. Often, the impact industrial development has on the economy and job creation overshadows the cost it will have on surrounding lakes, forests, and kingstone, and so on. The last, essential for our survival. As a society, we depend on healthy ecosystem to do many things. To purify the air so we can breathe properly. And that's all for the 3 reasons why ecosystem services are important to you. Thank you.